This is email I sent to Italian ambassadors. So it's the last email for which I have video. Now I'm recording video of email I sent after this email. So list of recipients, time, and so on and so on. So I explained in details what this mail is all about, so I'm not going to do that now, of course. So moving to next email, which is sent to doctor and director of hospital Sveti Luka, where NENAD DJORDJEVIC, this guy. So in videos I just uploaded, there's a lot of details about him ignoring me and being responsible, he and his doctors of mentioned hospital, for death of my father, partially for death of my grandfather, and also they did some strange things related also to my grandmother. So both my grandfather, grandmother, and father are monstrously murdered. So these two latest videos I just uploaded are on that doctor I just showed, Dr. NENAD DJORDJEVIC. So I'm just checking out something. Okay. So this is a reason for sending that email. The email that I'm going to explain is because monster who murdered my family, this degenerate and moron, this is her sister who gave guarantees for her. Both of these two idiots have major psych issues. So this monster is again in psychiatric hospital. She was in May and June 2019, so she is now again there for more than 2 months. Today is date and time, just for time reference. So person who I addressed here is a doctor who is taking care about, who is treating that monster who murdered my family. I addressed her because doctor didn't want to answer. Actually, NENAD DJORDJEVIC, director of the hospital, he ghosted me since January 2019, after my father died. So he stopped answering, so they are now not answering even the phone. When I call them over phone, they are not answering. Another piece of shit, like this director, lawyer of that hospital, SVETLANA STOJKOVIC-TOMIC, also, she actually briefly talked to me, but she hung up. So I just directly hear doctor who is treating, as I said, that monster who murdered my family. I wanted to let her know who this monster really is. And of course, as can be seen here, I forwarded that to two emails. These are two emails of that hospital I mentioned, Hospital Sveti Luka and Smederevo. And Let's see if I address director here. No, I haven't directly, but I sent him this email. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because a lot of details are already explained in previous emails, previous videos, and so on and so on, I will just translate this and of course open these links. So let's start. If there is something to correct, I will correct it. So this is just an apology for not being able to write sooner. Yeah. Okay, so all these emails mentioned here are recorded, and they are this is to Italian ambassador. This is well, actually this emails from May are so this email to Italian ambassador is email from, as can be seen, January, and two mails from the May last year are explained in this video. So very important email, shows how prosecution, high instances of prosecution are corrupted. So let's continue. Of course I need to, so this is my channel, I gave my channel here, so nothing special. There are 300 videos, something more than 300 videos at that time. So this is now the search, psych patient. I also forgot to mention psycho. Actually, I used psycho after I started uploading new videos. So these are videos about psychiatric patient who murdered, psycho who murdered 3 members of my family, and also she was poisoning my brother's children, 3 minors, to intimidate them not to visit, not to stay during summer and winter when school is out, when there's no school, not to stay at his grandfather's home, my father's home, and to make sure they will not bother her while she's poisoning my 3 members of my family with heavy metals, whatever. So next up, so I explained here those videos. Okay, so conversation with her, these are the phone calls. So she's pathological liar, professional thief and fraudster with a complete absence of any remorse. And she thinks she's protection, she laughs, and when she thinks she's not, she immediately starts crying. Yeah, extremely high opinion of herself, as does her sister. Should be Olgica here. Yeah, this is wrong, should be Olgica, the monster that I just showed at the beginning of this video. Olgica is a diminutive of Olga. This is also common common Russian name, for instance. Something like this. Yeah, Olga Nikolaevna Chetveriko. Okay, I was close. So just wanted to show that it is common name in Russia. All lowercase letters because I don't respect her, of course. Who is also serious psychiatric patient since she has problems with readings. What? Search, I don't know what this means. Okay, so this is not proper translation. So she has problems reading simple text, which can be seen from videos I uploaded. She won't state what school she attended, where she graduated. So logical consequence of this is that her sister Olgica and her husband, who are related to most prominent quoted criminals in Serbia, are behind the whole plan. So they won't have a problem paying for the house if they don't take care. Okay, this is rubbish. Yeah, so this part is about paying for nursing home for this monster, because they are trying to move her in nursing home in order to save her from prison. So I stated here that her family, her sister and her husband, because they are related to criminals, they have money. So not any criminals, but most prominent quoted criminals in Serbia and region. So they won't have any problems paying for her nursing home if they don't manage to move her to state nursing home, because they have obviously a lot of connections. Because they have money, they store money, state money for next 5 lives or next 5 generations. Well, this might be exaggeration, but anyways. Okay, so I guess this is the video about her sister and her husband. Sister of that monster who murdered my father. Yeah, it is. I just want to show this guy, her husband. So here they are. I haven't mentioned their son. Guarantees that her sister, who is the what's this? Okay, who is related to one of also prominent quoted criminals, Ivkovic. Ban Ivkovic, Komi. And these are details about him. So this is son of her sister and her nephew. Real piece of shit. So he works in Leeds, Faculty of Leeds in UK. Okay, I showed this. Wow, there are a lot of data here anyways. Next. There is also a complete absence of any shame and okay, this is not stated. That's the same. She knows very well that she inherited the property by fraud. The judge, and of course all the other judges above him supported him. Judge Dejan Adanovic committed major frauds on inheritance proceedings for my late father. So this is what I was referring to, as if it were her own all her life. She changed and supported partners. Most of them were heavy alcoholics, and when she realized that she would since I refused to take care, they came up with the plan. They meaning their parents, her sister and her husband. I just showed them with the idea of poisoning. Of poisoning 3 members of my family with mercury or something similar, but it's most likely mercury, which I explained in this video. So one by one she poisoned my grandparents and father one by one for years. That is of course the most severe form of the severest, can I say the severest, anyways. So it is logical that she has the full spectrum of black tetrad. I explained in other videos what that is, so I'm not going to explain that here. I don't know if this will fit, and it would be better if I move this here. So next up, in front you can see how she took care of my father until last winter. I wondered where she always went and left my father unattended while he was alive. As the neighbors told me, while my neighbor and godfather as the neighbors told me. So the neighbors told me she was constantly visiting somebody, walking around when my father was alive. So my godfather of my mother's family, this guy from the place where I live, he so I was wondering where she was always going until last winter. My godfather of my mother's family told me that she told him that she needs to constantly be with people, and that doctor told her. The only doctor that can tell you that is psychiatrist. And that's it. So I have recordings that she is visiting neighbors every day for at least an hour and a half, because she has it should be she has a severe form of depression. I need to show that video. So yeah, that's the video. The title is a bit strange, but that's the video. Okay, next up. Okay, so this video is probably I have to finish up this. So the question is how your colleague Natasha Markovic, so that was a psychiatrist who was treating this monster in 2019, May and June 2019. After my father died, she was in psychiatric hospital for 40 days, so I maybe mentioned, so in case I have mentioned that in this video, she is now for more than 2 months in that same hospital. Returned to my household on June, okay, that's true, after 40, yeah. So a beast in human form, although I warned her on during phone call what the whole thing is all about, so she ignored me. Natasha Markovic, I still need to confirm that it's her. I created video about her, but I need still to confirm because I never talked to her in person, so I cannot upload that video until I confirm that it was her. So of course she will pay huge damages to me because I had major problems with this monster because she let her go. Although I don't know also if I mentioned this, but no lawyers want to defend this monster who murdered my family since as can be seen here, Marko Petrovic, since August 2017, so more than 6 years. Her sister and her husband of her sister cannot find a lawyer who will defend her. They first wanted to sue me for defamation and false crime reporting, but the lawyer that I mentioned refused to defend her, and they also contacted other lawyers, but none of those lawyers wanted to defend her because it was obvious that she murdered my 3 members of my family, poisoned them. So in this video that I showed is my father with wounds on his head when she left him alone. He had allegedly Parkinson's disease, but as I explained in the last video I uploaded, this one, it was poisoning with heavy metals or something similar. So this is how she was taking care about him. I sent this to prove that I don't owe her. I owe her nothing. So this monster who murdered my family. Okay, some more details about how this monster is sick. The monster who murdered my family. So the wound on his head is from a fall because he was left on a tendency, he had to hang out with the neighbors. So it's not enough that she's taking medicines for severe form of depression and God knows what else. She needs to constantly visit neighbors. This is the reason, this is the reason she ended up in a psychiatric hospital in 2019, May and June, because I threatened that I will sue all the neighbors who are palling out with her. So it's very especially important where my closest neighbor, yeah, and On's brother. Yeah, brother from On's side. This is how naming of relatives work in Serbia. So brother, when you have brother or sister from the same mother, it's a father, of course. It's called brother or sister by birth, but you can also have brother and sister from aunts and uncle's side, who still claims that the yeah, so fa. So if the name of this monster who murdered my family is translated is well, actually not translated. It means fa, small fa, diminutive of fa. This is tree. Fa did not kill anyone. Admits that. So although this guy thinks that she still does, he still doesn't believe that this monster killed anyone, but he admits that this monster is was trying to enter his yard by using force, because she, as I said, needs to pull out with people, and that he's afraid of burning down, that she will burn down his house. Yeah, that's what he said, that that monster is not in the Winkle, so has psychic problems, as well as hanging out with she also hangs out with Ružica Milutinović. I have videos on her. She's regularly taking, at least I know, so Ružica Milutinović, Ruž actually, I said here Ruža, which is rose in Serbian. So that monster and also monster who murdered my family are taking water from bathing the dead. Yeah, I know, it's disgusting. And I warned director of that hospital that I mentioned, this hospital that I mentioned, in 2021 about that, and also police and prosecution, and they are also, and all of them are simply ignoring that. In that video I showed article about that. So this is used in so-called Vlax magic. Vlachs are people from Romania mostly, so they're famous for their magic, or witchcraft to be more precise. So in this video I gave an article, and in that article says that when somebody give you that water to drink, it's equal as having sex with dead people. So you can imagine how gross this is. So this guy also said here, I'm going to play video now. He also said that he also said that the reason he stopped playing out with her is actually not directly in that video. He admitted that later on, but he said that the reason why he and my other neighbor Biljana Popović, so not Biljana but Biljana, Lje is natural speaking sound, both two of them stopped piling out with this monster when they found out that she was taking dead bathing water from after one of my neighbors died. So she had some psych issues, and her family really didn't take care of her. I mean, hygiene and stuff like that. So after they found out she took water from bathing that woman, they stopped piling out with her. Okay, just a second. This is wrong. So that water is famous not tool, but well, let's say the favorite way of this is wrong. It should be witches or people who are into witchcraft. So this is their favorite way of controlling people. They're also using DA menstrual blood, and this monster Ružica was taking this dead botting water to give it to a guy who is, so this is male witch in the part of Smederevo city in Serbia called Papazovac. So this C is pronounced as TS in Serbian. So C, for instance, Divac, Vlade Divac, that basketball player is actually not Divac, but Divac. Okay, next up. I guess I haven't copied this. Yeah. As I said, Smera, and that monster who murdered my family was also taking that water, which was the yeah. Aforementioned neighbor, my daughter-in-law. So she's not my daughter-in-law. She's my brother's from on-side wife. To cut off contact with her. Okay. So YouTube is hiding this. They didn't want to translate this on purpose. I'm going to find out what's happening. Yeah, they didn't want to translate this on purpose. So I'm interested in whether you, that doctor that I mentioned, and the director of hospital, will ex officio, so according to by the definition of their job, will file criminal charges for endangering public health. So this is when this is what this whole thing with dead botting water is all about. So because while you are reading this, dozens of people are drinking that water and going through hell. I reported to the police, and I reported this to the police, prosecutor's office, and so on and so on, but they did not want to react. Okay. And here I open this one. Okay, I opened that one. So next one. How much is there? Okay. Obviously a lot, so it will take some time to translate it. Here I copied this. As I mentioned in phone conversation last Friday with her, yeah, it could very easily happen that monster murderer, or I will just call her psycho. So that monster who murdered 3 members of my family, that she poisoned someone's well because a lot of people refused to accept her in her home, which is why she's incredibly unstable, because everyone realized what it really is. what person she really is. So that's psycho, and most of those wells are connected to one source. Okay, everyone that has everything that has happened so far is a worldwide scandal. Yeah, YouTube and Facebook are brutally banning in every possible way. Details on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I updated a lot of videos, even way more than during that time when I was writing this video. So you just type decrease, and there are a lot of videos on YouTube blocking me in every possible way and decreasing my views and average time people are watching my videos, especially this one. So this video shows that amazing, really, this is really amazing. I mean, unbelievable. They are showing that there are views in the diagrams. It can be seen that people watch my video, but still average duration time of people watching that video was 0. So, okay, so let's see if I but that doesn't mean it can be an even bigger scandal. Is the beast. Okay, that monster psycho poisons a bunch of people, including children. Yeah, that's true. So it can always be worse than it is. That's a fact. Next. So let's see how many pages it is left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages. Okay. So, like Germans used to say. Okay. So next up, yeah, this. Okay. So someone tries to. This is wrong. So someone tries to move that psycho in the nursing home in order to help her avoid criminal responsibility. There is nothing to be gained from that. Okay, this is wrong. This should be translated as that won't happen. If someone is blackmailing you, yeah, this is about the doctor. The military intelligence service is behind that, because I reported army for illegal arms trade. Okay, I didn't add, I haven't added here illegal arms trade, but anyways. In July 2021, and they have no power because the arms trade scandal is still current and the proceedings are still being conducted in the TOK, which is prosecution for organized crime. One of the most, or if not the most important prosecution in Serbia. So they are still working on the case. They pretend people, they hope people forgot about that, but that's not happening. So, but it's not mentioned in the media anymore, yeah, because the U.S. federal government is behind it, okay, which I proved back in 2029. This, okay. Otherwise, I would have been arrested for false crime reporting a long time ago. After that report, I was threatened by the major, of military police from Novi Sad, and so he was ordered that by the commander of the army, Serbian army, the head of the army, or the head of the headquarters of the army, whatever. the general staff. It could be translated as this. So I called right after I finished with so this is the video on a major that is mentioned, police, military police major. So this is here, that's the video explaining everything. So I called the top of Serbian army because I thought someone is joking when I was talking. After I finished talking with that military police major, so high military officer, he wanted to meet me, but didn't know anything about the whole case of monstrous murders on my family. So they said it was a miscommunication. After that threat, I became a witness of international organized crime, and which is illegal and straight. And I'm also working on the report of international organized crime related to Serbia, over 45 cases so far, including murders of my family, which I have the right to do according to criminal proceedings or procedural law, whatever. When the prosecutor ignores me, not when he gives up criminal prosecution, because there was none. So when prosecutor ignores me, I become state prosecutor. This is according to mentioned law or right, as in human right. And to this day, they refuse to give me a single case, yeah, it's true, related to my monstrous murders of my family. And there are dozens of them. Yeah, there are dozens, tens of these cases. So this is brutal violation of the law on free access to information of public importance. Okay, so that's all true. So let's open these two videos. I think that should be related to Dragan.
Ovdje Dejan
Yeah.
Mišković.
Dragan Tečajević, so details are given here.
Pričao sa Draganom mojim.
And this is my brothers from aunt's side wife. I talked to her, this is the date. She confirmed what I mentioned earlier in this video. Now this is about Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Are also in serious trouble, so they cannot threaten either. They cannot threaten. They also cannot threaten anyone. And as proof, I give you two articles. As a doctor, you probably know what this means way better than I do. Regarding the pedophile affair of the Epstein child prostitution ring, should be ring, not chain, which lasted for 30 years. The USA, Germany, Britain, France, and even Russia have been involved. That's true. So I don't need to explain this because it's in English, obviously. I'm going just to open this. She mentioned here bleeding. Okay, bleeding is mentioned here. I won't go into details because it's really disgusting, and this also is there. There's no need to explain this. So just give two examples how horrible, how terrific this, how terrifying this scandal is. So international children's sex trafficking prostitution ring, that was what that what Jeffrey Epstein operation was. So in the following directory, I exchanged with your hospital. There is my 17-page request sent to you and Center for Social Work, as well as the response of the committee of which you were the chairman to my request to provide me with documentation regarding my father. Okay, nothing to add here. So this is that G drive folder. So I explain everything. So these are recently uploaded emails I exchanged with that hospital in Smederevo I mentioned in PDF form. If someone wants to translate it, everything is translate them. Everything is given in that video I mentioned. This and this. This also explains certain parts, certain emails. Next. After I explained to you in the email that you cannot refer to it. Yeah. You ignore me, the director, you and lawyer Stojkovic. I don't know exactly who ignored me, because I don't know if she received my emails, which are explained in these two videos I mentioned, this and this. So I cannot really blame her for anything, because I don't have proof of her involvement. So this is my CV. And lawyer Stojkovic, which I think I mentioned, Svetlana Stojkovic, said, although no, she denies, should be she, that your Minister of Health, Dr. Death, we mentioned him in the last video I uploaded, which I just showed. What? Okay, so his surname of this piece of shit can be translated as Potter, okay. Said you do not answer my questions, so basically to ignore me. That could pass maybe if I was a street person, drifter, but given that I'm a scientist, yeah, I haven't finished this. Actually, there's a continuation of this sentence. So this is my CV, just to show that this is a lie. So my detailed CV with international references. This is my detailed CV that I just showed. So still not a single official officer and so on didn't send me their detailed CV. So what they're trying is destined to fail. Yeah, so that ignoring, I was referring to ignoring, to their ignoring my emails, to them ignoring my emails. So let's continue. Let's start here. Okay. So Center for Social Work or Social Affairs also ignored me, as did their ministry, since my father was not allowed to go to nursing home. We planned private nursing home, me and my brother, because after a few days it would be obvious that he was poisoned. I found 3 natural ways to heal my father, and the Prescola pill improved his condition so much that he was able to run, and before that he could barely walk. When the monster who murdered my family saw that my father was in better shape, she would give him something to cause stomach problems, and blame it on what I gave him to drink. So she watched for years as 3 members of my family suffered while she was poisoning them, and acted completely normal, as if nothing was happening. So that monster, this is real monster, real monster, by definition. Next up, I don't know if this will fit the no. In the next segment, you can hear how lawyer Marko Petrovic did not want to defend this monster who murdered my family psycho. In mid-2017, everyone from Bar Association knew that, and they still won't give information about who that lawyer was, because there are 5 of them, 5 lawyers with the same name and surname in Bar Association. 3 of them said they were not the ones who are involved in they're not the ones who sister of that monster who murdered my family tried, and her husband tried to hire to defend that monster who murdered my family. Email on January, so that is the email from DA from January 13th, and it's the same email which I sent to Italian ambassador. So these are lawyers: Toma Fila, Borojevic. This is wrong. It should be Borojevic. Prelevic, I don't remember what was his name. Tomanovic, Dobrichanin, all the most respected lawyers in Serbia and the region, as well as the presidents of Bar Association. They are still ignoring me. I still don't know who that guy is, and I sent email on that on 13th of January this year. So this is email video. I think I showed that.
How?
Yeah. So I refer to this phone call in several other videos related to lawyers, especially that lawyer Marko Petrovic. So oops, okay, I missed this part. And this is a very important part. So if that lawyers that I mentioned, the most respectable, prominent lawyers in Serbia, if they had said that some other case had been sent to a lawyer, which was done by the employee of the Higher Public Prosecutor's Office in Smederevo. She let her read it by mistake, so that was the video that I just opened and closed. So I get this information by mistake about involvement of lawyer Marko Petrovic, because staff of prosecutor's instance prosecution office in Smederevo gave me this by mistake. She read it at around 8th minute, and then she stopped. Somebody probably told her not to continue, and after she continued, she completely changed the storyline. And of course, because lawyer bar association haven't provided that information, it proved that I was right, that their colleague is involved. So that by ignoring me, they directly admitted that they are guilty, and okay. So, and that answered my question. I was wondering why a bar association, so Association of Lawyers of Serbia, is ignoring me. I think it was the late 2020. So that was the reason, because they are involved in cover-up of monstrous murders of my family. So that is the video.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, I opened that. Time is set up. Okay. Just click on video. Okay, in the same video, the employee can be heard, or staff admitting. So this is staff of the document office of that prosecution office. So that's prosecution office where where the prosecutor who worked on my grandfather's murder was working. He still works there. Alexander Kuzmanovic, I mentioned him, if not in this video, he's mentioned in these two videos. So in the same video, employee or staff can be heard admitting that my report, which the police in Smederevo forwarded day after I reported them using Twitter to Interpol, is still in Alexander Kuzmanovic drawer, convicted for pickpocketing on trains, so he would not even be a deputy. He became deputy prosecutor by committing a fraud. I mean, not him, but people who elected him. I.e., the police are behind the police is behind my crime report about that monster murdered 3 members of my family. Other directories that might interest you. Okay. So this is about emergency service of Smederevo, which is described in this video, so I'm not going into details. And then yeah, this is about Republic health inspector ignoring me. This is the video on that, so I'm not explaining the details. and this is proof that director or head of Institute for Forensic Medicine sent me my grandfather's autopsy, which saw the trick they tried to use, that I don't have e-signature, cannot really be used, so they cannot invoke law on e-signature, and so on and so on. Yeah, so this is about next directory is about Russian doctors injecting something into my eye, causing 4 cancers in my eye, and there are a lot of other reports, doctor reports related to that cancer and other cancer that I have, which is lymphoma. And these are videos related to these 4 cancers I have in my eye. So, and about doctor who is responsible, these 2 doctors, the most responsible. Next up, so this is about the judges' brutal violation of laws, but judges related to inheritance proceedings for my late father. And this is about the guy who was witness on when my father married this monster, so she convinced him to do that, blackmail him. I reported that to prosecution office in May last year, but they won't act because that's true. Okay, so I showed this. Sorry, mistake. This is proof that monster who murdered 3 members of my family. Time is set. That proved that she also poisoned 3 children of my brother. So this is the time.
Drugo, koliko su vam puta stanovala deca?
So I asked her how many times my brother kids stayed at my father's home, and it can be heard that she avoids to explain that, to answer. He changed the subject multiple times. Another proof is this video, another video where I ask her time.
Jesam dirao, što lažeš da si bila kod...
Time is also set, so I asked her recently, I think it was June this year, why she was lying that she was visiting my brother after my father died. So after my father died, she never entered my brother's home. And of course I cannot ask my brother to confirm that she poisoned his children, because that would be court and prosecution would not accept that. It would be obvious bias. So this is why I needed to have other ways of proving that. And this is something that's mentioned regarding the illegal buying of my property by Zvonimir Stevanovic. So he's owner of Poljo Commerce, firm that sells things for agriculture. So he's world profiteer, and I explain everything about him in the those emails video on all emails I sent in May last year. I showed that video. So prosecution still won't do a thing about that more than a year without a lot of pieces of evidence. And of course that is the strongest proof. These are strongest proofs. So the fact that prosecution offices, two prosecution offices and police didn't want to react on my proofs that this monster poisoned 3 kids. So this is the best proof that it's true. So they pretend they I don't know, like didn't read this in email and didn't read my crime report and my statement and so on and so on, because this monster reported me around 10 times in 2022, and this year I think once, and on several occasions I mentioned that she's doing that because I accused her of poisoning my children, my brother's children, but police refused to tell me not to add this to my statement. I mean, really? So these are monsters. This is why corrupted police are called pigs. I mean, pigs. Okay, so if I didn't report Serbian military for illegal arms trade, I would probably be dead by now, because police, both police and so this is that email, and there is a lot of other videos on that. So DOJ, Department of Justice, especially this email, then arms trade as illegal arms trade, a lot of videos, especially this one, then FBI, and Interpol, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so forth, whatever. So did I open this video? Yeah. Yeah, I confirmed here that I checked out all the links in this email, and this is the video which contains, so the description of this video contains the links to G drive folders mentioned in a lot of my videos. So most of these folders are screenshots, all emails I exchanged with a lot of state and international institutions. I mean, exchange in most of the cases that was it was just me sending them. In most of the cases they haven't responded. So that would basically be that email I sent. So yeah, so the next one is that I sent to Italian ambassador, but I explained that. So, and of course I asked her to confirm receiving this email, and other people as well. So my brother, the lawyer of the hospital and director of the hospital, but I have none of them confirmed, although she confirmed that she received the doctor she's I think still treating that monster, treating like Russian, still treating that monster who murdered my family. I don't know what's happening really, because this is why I'm creating these videos, because they won't answer, both them and Center for Social Work, Social Affairs in Smerel. So I will see what will happen when I contact international institutions. When I contacted them in 2021, a lot of things changed, but I will see if that is what will happen now. One more time, there are a lot of videos on YouTube decreasing my views, so it's not the same as in 2021 and 2018 and 2019 and 2020. Geopolitical situation is dramatically changed, so that would be all regarding that email from I think 14th of August this year. Yeah. Okay, yeah, 14th of August. So that would be all.